Last article, I proposed that artists should take a cue from nature and grow thorns to protect their blossoms. There are also other systems in nature that we can draw inspiration from. Modern research today focusing on protecting artist content from AI systems is largely a byproduct of research into finding the limitations of these models. So the models can become stronger and more robust. The AI poisoning tool, Nightshade, was conceived in such a way. Glaze, also from SandLab, applies near imperceptible perturbations to images that shift to how the AI models perceive the artistic style. Other poisons, Mist and Anti-Dream Booth, take similar adversarial approaches, targeting specific fine-tuning pipelines like Dream Booth or LoRa. PhotoGuard, developed by MIT, prevents AI-powered image editing by making perturbations that resist manipulation. In most, if not all cases, these projects are using covert methods to poison the data. These methods are looked upon as unethical by some, and maybe they are, but honestly, AI companies have no ground to stand on when it comes to ethics. Still, while these poisoning methods may work today, it's likely AI systems will adapt to evade these covert poisoning methods. This means that the field will be a never-ending uphill battle. In July 2025, MIT Technology Review reported on LightShed, a tool trained by researchers that can strip away Nightshade, Glaze, Mist, and similar protections. What's worse is the end result of all these adversarial endeavors is improved fitness for AI systems. This is precisely what artists and creators do not want. It is my assessment that because these adversarial techniques are operating incrementally and in covert space, they can only help strengthen the AI in the long term. Online systems are not unlike systems in nature. They ultimately exist as a system of value creation and extraction. Some entities in the system are predatory, others are essentially the prey. Conceptually, I don't think many people think of it in this way, but like it or not, the content you post for the views and likes provides tremendous value at your own expense. It's the algorithms that control the signals, not you. In social media systems, which are heavily manipulated, a metaphor that matches the user more closely is like a zombie ant being controlled by a parasitic fungus. How does it feel to be likened to a zombie ant? Wouldn't it be better to be like a butterfly? Do you know why butterflies are painted in brightly colored hues? Is it purely so we can appreciate their beauty? While this is one aspect we do appreciate, in nature their colors are an aposematic-defense mechanism. This means it's a signal to any predator that they are toxic, or they're not good to eat. This is true for a plethora of other animals in nature, including poison dart frogs, whose electric blues and reds correlate directly to the toxicity level. The brighter the frog, the more lethal the skin. Monarch butterflies, whose orange and black wings signal the cardiac glycosides they accumulate from milkweed. A bird only has to eat one to learn that lesson. Wasps and bees, whose yellow and black banding is so universally feared that dozens of harmless species have evolved to mimic it. Coral snakes, whose red and yellow bands advertise a neurotoxic venom. Even the humble skunk, whose black and white contrast is a mammalian equivalent of neon warning signs. In every case, the signal is honest. The colors don't lie, they say, "I'm not worth the cost of consuming me." We could create and adopt digital systems inspired by this concept. It's possible to scramble images so completely that it would be impossible for an AI to detect the pattern well enough to extract the original image. At the same time, the image could still maintain enough of the semblance of the original image that we could discern what it portrays. This isn't really a high technology solution. It's actually just scrambling pixels as a form of overt encryption. Warning, boring encryption stuff ahead. You may want to check out now if you're not into that sort of thing. Now that only my die-hard encryption fans are still here with me, we're going to look at a Python package named Aposematic. Let's get into the concept a little further. You may or may not be familiar with glitch art. If not, here's the short version. Glitch art is a genre of digital art that embraces the aesthetics of technological failure. It emerged in the 1960s video art when Nam June Paik was deliberately manipulating television signals to create distorted visuals. We are taking the general concept of glitch art and applying it in a structured manner, so that we can scramble an image to encrypt the image and decrypt it back to the original. This package actually uses methodologies that rival, if not exceed, standard encryption. How could it be stronger than encryption in theory? Well, in the case of Aposematic, the Python package, it has customizable parameters that allow you to create customized encoding schemes. The package applies operations, add, XOR, rotate, SBOX, substitutions, and channel operations with parameters tied to encryption keys derived from ED25519 key pairs via SHA-256 cryptographic key derivations. That's a mouthful. The output is a valid image file. You can share it in any social media platform or post it wherever, but without the correct key, nobody is reconstructing the original, like true encryption. The scrambling parameters are unique to your key, which means the encoding scheme itself is unique to you. There is no universal AI Aposematic format to crack. Every user produces a different scrambling pattern from a different key. Generally speaking, encryption formats are standards. Standards have well-known established attack vectors. In the realm of secret schemes, codes are superior to ciphers, and there's historical weight behind that claim. In classical cryptography, a cipher transforms text through known algorithm with a secret key, while a code replaces words or phrases with arbitrary substitutes from a codebook. The critical difference: ciphers have mathematical structure that cryptanalysts can exploit, while codes with unknown codebooks have no structure to attack. You need a codebook or you have nothing. During the American Civil War, diplomatic communications were secured using codes, precisely because cipher systems were considered to be too weak. The Navajo Code Talkers in World War II used a code, Navajo words substituted with military terms, layered with further encoding. These codes were never broken. Japan's own chief intelligence admitted after the war it was the one code that they could never crack, at a time when they were breaking every cipher the Allies used in the Pacific. The AI Aposematic package operates closer to a code paradigm than a cipher paradigm. The code book is your unique key-derived scrambling scheme, and without it, there's no algorithmic structure to exploit. Aside from these technical aspects, digital aposematism as a concept for protecting digital media is an honest solution. It is signaling to predators in the online ecosystem that the content isn't good to eat and it should be ignored. Like the butterfly, it doesn't hide the original completely, so the spirit of the image is still visible. It doesn't contain hidden threat meant to covertly disrupt the AI training. This is just one example of how we could adopt and use new technologies to protect our online content overtly and honestly.